On the Senate floor Wednesday, Senator Patty Murray voiced her support for her bill, the Let Doctors Provide Reproductive Health Care Act. Senator Mike Braun opposed the legislation, saying he was, quote, glad that the Supreme Court has returned the issue of life back to the people's elected representatives, where it should have stayed 49 years ago. Murray responded, saying, quote, we simply want people to get the health care they need and let them make their own medical decision. Abortion has been put back into the national spotlight since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June.
The senator from Indiana.
Reserving the right to object. I'm glad that the Supreme Court has returned the issue of life back to the people's elected representatives, where it should have stayed 49 years ago. This legislation denies state representatives the right to make laws protecting life. This bill is an attempt to undermine state laws that protect life by allowing abortions for anyone who crosses state lines and is not a resident of the state. Moreover, it gives the Department of Justice $40 million in grant funding to help people sue states, that enact policies to protect life. The Department of Health and Human Services is given another $40 million in funding for any eligible center at Secretary Becerra's discretion. This funding is not protected by the Hyde Amendment, and most likely we're going to borrow every penny of it like we do for most things in this place. We should not spend $80 million to undermine state laws on life or impose a legislative backdoor for abortion on demand across our nation. For these reasons, Mr. President, I oppose this bill and I do object.
Mr. President.
Senator from Washington.
Mr. President, I'm deeply disappointed. I'm not surprised. We continue to see Republicans show their true harsh colors, and the contrast with Democrats could not be more stark. We simply want people to get the health care they need and let them make their own medical decision. Republicans want to ban abortion nationwide. We want to protect doctors. Republicans want to threaten and penalize or even jail them just for doing their job, even when they are following their state's laws. Mr. President, rest assured, I will continue speaking up for our healthcare providers, for families, for patients, and as we continue to see this extremism, I want to assure everybody I'm not going to stop fighting. Mr. President, someone should be allowed to travel out of their own state to get the health care they need. It is unbelievable that the Republicans blocked this bill. Thank you. I yield the floor.